is Kezia Mbabazi, and I'm Momo's second daughter, first daughter, I think. Basically, her second born, and of course, middle child. I'm a human rights lawyer. I moved back recently. I was not living here in Uganda. I was living in Switzerland, and I moved back in July. That's when I found out Mommy had written a book. Momo has raised me, so she's my mother literally, and I'm really grateful for all that she's been doing in my life. Her passion, her joy, and everything that she is, she basically has also passed on to us. Really proud of her to see her do a book. Not so many women are able to sit down and put all their, their story in a book. So to see her level of confidence and her willingness to share her life with others, that is truly admirable and a blessing. Please, I think I'm really not able to say so many words, but maybe you can guide me on what else you need me to say.
Okay, we have been talking to her and she has been sharing her story. I'm wondering, could you be knowing about the same story, what she went through, and if yes, what does it hurt you?
The stories in this book are not new to us as her children, to be honest, because we've had them over and over as we were growing up. So I can actually say that it's indeed true. But what I enjoyed about the book even more is there were more details that I didn't know about. So I basically thought that I knew who my mother was and what her life was from the few stories she told us about her great grandparents, the mixed life, being a mixed generation. But then when I read through the book, I actually found so many other stories I didn't know about, like her high school life, life in, I think, campus, university, and it was really quite interesting to read and seeing her foundation and these little stories that built up such a woman. So I think, I hope I have answered your question.
You said that it was interesting finding
Yeah.
out more information about your mother, what she went through.
Yes.
Wasn't it quite disturbing as well?
I wouldn't say disturbing because when you read certain material, her material doesn't come out as disturbing. It comes out as more of someone trying to reveal themselves to you. Like they're no longer wanting to be a certain image in your mind, and they want you to understand who they truly are. So I feel like her book is actually her decision to completely give you a proper image of who she is, because maybe us as children, we had misinterpreted her and we didn't really know how she became this amazing woman that she is. And now through the book, like all the little stories adding up and making more sense, and showing us, oh, this is how she became this person. I don't know if it explains what you want to know.
For the fact that her identity crisis comes so much from the issue of color, and
Mm.
you inherit the same color. I would want to ask that have you ever gone through the same identity crisis?
To be honest, no. I think I'm much luckier because um, even earlier on today, she was introducing me to her friends, and she was saying, "Oh, this girl, she's a Musiji," and she kept on using the clan of my dad. So I'll say this, which I'm really grateful for my father, to be able to have a tribe, to have a language, to have a clan. These are really little things that people in Uganda take for granted. So for me, I think I was much luckier because my dad actually gave us that aspect. He raised us speaking Ruchiga. We were born in a family where even my mom could speak the language. I mean, we learned more about the Chichiga culture, the clans, all this incredible knowledge that has helped us belong. And I think for her, the disadvantage was because her parents were both mixed and they didn't really have one should I say, tribe or ethnicity to tie themselves to, and it causes a bit of, indeed, what you said, an identity crisis. So for me, if someone asks me, I can quickly introduce myself by my tribe. I even have a Muchiga name, you know. So basically, I was born into something that identifies me already. I don't know if that makes it clear to understand. And I remember when I traveled abroad, one time I sat with a friend and I told them one thing I'm grateful for my dad is that I actually have a tribe. You know, it's really exciting to sit and see how people are appreciating Africa. And then I can say, I'm African. I actually belong to this tribe. I speak this language. And many times people are like, but no, you look Indian. And I'm like, no, you guys. I am a Muchiga. I even speak the language. One time I was walking out of the UN in Switzerland, and another Muchiga identified me. He could tell by my accent. It was so funny. We actually just met at the gate and we started talking in Muchiga. And then my boss looked at me because my boss at that time was an Arab man. He had never had an African dialect. He was completely amazed. And I told him, yeah, it's been long since I've met someone who speaks the same language as me. So I think for many people, their identity sometimes may come from their tribe, their language, and that's something I really appreciate. Yeah.
Okay, you know things happen, and if it so happened that you happen to get children, and they also fall in the line of different ethnicities, what would you tell them according to your experience that you inherited from your mother or the stories that you had from your mother? What would you tell the children?
I think what I would want them to really hold on to is the beauty of having the diversity in them and the way culture is completely changing now. Society really wants diversity more than then. And I think my mom mentions it in her book. She says in the past it wasn't really a cool thing to be mixed. But now people are really excited to be mixed. People want to marry like in other ethnicities, other races. So it's something that has completely changed. I don't know what time my children will be born in, and I don't know if it will still be on market or on Mulembe, like people say. But what I would tell them to do is just to treasure it and to enjoy that the aspect of diversity, because diversity in many times people in society want to do it by representation through individuals. But now imagine if a human being was completely a diverse creation. That is like the whole other level of bringing diversity into reality in a person. So for them, I would tell them to treasure that. I'm a human rights lawyer, and I'm passionate about things to do with diversity and equality and inclusion. So I would definitely push them in that angle, tell them to be more welcoming to others, even if they're not the same, you know, and to also value what they are. Yeah.
At least you had stories of your mother, what she went through, how she was teased in school by the peers. Now, what would be your message to a certain youth that is perhaps going through such a challenge, which is identity crisis? What would be your message, based on the fact that you have a mother, a parent who went through the same?
I think what I can say is for many young people, they think that they need to know who they really are from day one. But I believe it's something that you learn as you grow. And I believe wisdom is something that you gain as you get older and older. You may be born and you're really young and you don't have the wisdom yet of what you truly are and what you're meant to be. But if you're experiencing bullying, of course, that is a completely it's something that is not allowed in society, and you have to definitely maybe go through proper channels to make sure these people are reported and that habit is ended in the school, or let's say in the community you're in. I would encourage them to be to use that story and use it as a way to also advocate for others and defend others, you know. I'm sorry for bringing in a lot of human rights. It's something that I'm very passionate about. And I believe if you're being attacked in a certain area and you're able to like go and maybe present the story to someone of authority and find ways to stop that bad habit from happening, especially bullying, you protect so many other people. But you find children are afraid to speak up. Maybe you can speak to your parents, tell them what's happening. The thing I love about my mother is whenever I would report to my mother and tell her something, she would actually come to the school and intervene. And many times parents take these things lightly. I would encourage parents to listen to their kids, listen to the stories they're telling you at home, go to the school and investigate. If possible, if the school is not standing for the values that you have, especially values of diversity, put them in a school that is welcoming, that has those values. You may not have the finances to take them to international schools. I mean, I was really lucky to go to a very good international school, and we didn't have bullying. We didn't have like people were excited to have like Indians in class, you know, like white people. Those things excite people, eh? And I think if there's such a culture in a school and maybe you hear about it, go talk to the authorities and try to bring justice, you know, to prevent this from happening over and over again. I feel like these traumatic events change children and can make them either better or worse. So for me, I'm lucky my mother came out and she overcame it and she became this amazing person that's able to inspire others. But what about those who are not able to overcome it and then maybe they become very scared and fearful all their lives, they can't speak up, their voice is completely silenced from that one event. So I'd really encourage parents to come in, step in, protect their children, but also to give them a chance to speak and air out their issues to the parents. Yes.
Lastly, you becoming a human rights lawyer, could this be rooting from the experience of what your mother went through? I just revisited.
I don't know. I'm curious. Maybe one day when she was little, she was like desiring to fight for people's rights. I guess I see the way she raised us was quite a beautiful, protective way. If you read the book, you'll see how she explained that we never went to boarding school. We were always in day school. We spent time with her, so much time with her. She would wake up with us in the morning, and we dress, we go to school. In the evening, she's there waiting to pick us. And then make sure that we are, you know, we eat well, we dress well. She was completely in our lives, and she gave off this protective, like, I want to protect you from the world and the bad things in the world, which I really value from her. And I think that mindset also comes down to the child, and the child desires to protect others. And I've seen so many people going through bad things, and I don't want them to have a bad life. So I believe if my job as a human rights lawyer can make your life better, then why not? Why not step in and, you know, be of some help? So I love that about her, and I've seen her do it to other people as well. She's very welcoming, she's very vocal, she speaks out. If she notices something, she'll tell you. She actually says she's a very honest person, and that's something that I love about her. So maybe those little things that I saw growing up contributed to it. I don't really want to say that she's the one who made me like this, because it would be quite a burden on a mother. And usually mothers think that Banange, I spoiled the child, or I made the child. But I want mothers especially to know that also God builds children, you know, and society and people they meet, they can meet others who contribute. So it's not only the mother that creates the child and makes them a certain way. So I want to say that in a way of, don't also blame mothers for bad things that happen to children. The mother may have done their best and other things came in. So I want to thank her for that. That it may not seem much to her, but for me, it contributed a lot. Even as I have other people that have also contributed to me. Yes. I hope that has been a good story for you. Thank you so much for doing this for my mom, and yeah, I hope you get more nice stories from other friends of hers. Thank you.